Well, hi, yes, well, welcome back to Algebra Transformations as we learn how to make some algebraic artwork with parent graphs of algebraic functions and how to manipulate them algebraically to get the geometry or the artwork to look the way that we want them to. So here again, we get on to algebraic vertical things. The last vertical thing that that I have to share with you today is how to look at vertical reflections. Yeah, we're going to reflect that. And what that means vertically, that means we're going to take things that are above, things vertical above, and we're going to reflect them down. And things that are down, we're going to reflect up. Well, over what? We're going to reflect them over a line that is the horizontal axis, or what you learned in earlier math classes or algebra classes as the x-axis. So we're going to take that x-axis and we're going to reflect things that are above. We're going to reflect them down. Just as far as above it was, it's going to be down. And everything below, that starts out below in the paragraph, we would reflect up. And so again, we're going to talk and stay with our infamous parent and papa called x squared. We're going to stay with parabola since we've been talking about this. But again, it'll work for any parent graph at all. So we're going to have the parent graph of x squared, and there is the algebra for x squared. Again, we're going to take papa and we're going to learn how to algebraically reflect or flip anything above the axis, above the horizontal. We're going to flip down. Anything below, anything above, we're going to flip down. Anything below, we're going to flip up. And so that's reflecting that over that reflection line. How do we do that? How do we do that algebraically? Well, we talked about adding. That shifts. Adding up goes up. Adding negative goes down. We learned how to stretch. Something bigger than 1 stretches it. Something between 0 and 1 compresses it. Well, today we're talking reflection. And so the algebra that does that is actually this algebra. And that is, again, we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply it by a negative value. So in this case, a -1. We have a negative sitting out in front of that x squared. And so I like to emphasize that a little bit by adding these two symbols so that you see clearly that it is outside the parenthesis or outside the x, that it's only x being squared, it's not the negative. So I've reinforced that with that symbol. So that negative, what that does, that negative multiplier, that negative value multiplying to that parent graph reflects it over. And so as you see the two functions, when I graph them, you'll see what that looks like. So there's parent, there's papa, and there's papa reflected over the x-axis. Papa was all above. Everything about papa was above the x-axis in its normal form. But when you multiplied it by a negative value, it reflected everything that was above exactly below that horizontal or that x-axis to reflect down. Okay? So that's it. That's how we reflect vertically. Anything above the ground reflects down below. Anything below the ground reflects up. And so since I've got a little bit of time, that's all I had to really show. I'm going to show a third function, and that is the absolute value. And we haven't shown that one before, so that's what the absolute value looks like. I haven't shown in these videos. It looks like a V that splits the first and second. Well, if we wanted to reflect that, then it would just, everything up here would come down. Everything over here would come down as well. So let's see if that negative does what we were hoping it would, what it did to the absolute value, or to the parabola. Let's see what it does to the absolute. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so it reflected down. So you see the artwork that can occur. You see the artwork that that negative reflection or that vertical reflection can give to the parent graph. Again, if we have a parent graph of cubic nature, x to the third, will that negative being multiplied out in front of it, will it have the same effect? Let's see, there the two are. That's the algebra. Let's see what picture, what artwork, what geometry. There's papa, and then there is the reflection. Now, it may look like it went from left to right, but it didn't. Everything here in the papa graph went up. Everything that was over here, sorry, went down. So now Now it's looking like a spider, right? So you see different types of artwork taking shape. Congratulations. Those are the 3 vertical things: shifting up and down, stretching, and or compressing vertically. And then now we've learned how to reflect, or to take things that are above the ground and to reflect them down. Anything down goes up. And those are the vertical transformations that we can do with algebraic functions to create algebraic artwork. Hey, you're on your way. You're halfway there. We haven't talked about horizontal things yet, but that's to come. So now you've got your vertical power. Go use the power, young Jedi, to create your algebraic artwork. Thanks for being here today.